Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this fully to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular and working more hard for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of natural gas futures in different time frames. So friends, here you can see a weekly chart of natural gas futures. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures take a indecisive move during the last week, where you can see that how the natural gas futures behaved very indecisively, because here the weather factor remained to put pressure over the bulls as well as the bears, where they were not able to take any decisive move. Undoubtedly, they tried to test the highs of the 3.8 but could not go beyond that. Undoubtedly, they tried to sustain above the levels of 3.7, and on the lower side, natural gas futures found strong buying support below the levels of the 3.593. So friends, here I find that this looks evident enough for continuity of volatile moves during the upcoming week. Friends, now let us check this move with the help of Ichimoku cloud. So friends, now let me zoom this portion for you. So here in a weekly time frame, you can see that how the natural gas futures confirmed the advent of an uptrend during the last week of May 2021 from the levels of $2.829, and since then we have seen the natural gas futures have been maintaining an uptrend, and finally the net gas has tested a high at the levels of $3.828. But here you can see that how an extremely volatile move was there, whereas we have seen the same indecisive move during the last week. So here you can see that how during the last week the natural gas futures have finally tested a high at the levels of $3.764 and a low at the levels of $3.568. So this shows that still the natural gas futures have been holding above an important support level at the levels of $3.674. So here I find that if the natural gas futures start the upcoming week above the levels of $3.744, we'll see this uptrend to continue, where the immediate weekly resistance for natural gas futures will be at the levels of $3.828, and a breakout above this immediate resistance can push the natural gas futures up to the levels of $4.145 during the upcoming week, where the next resistance will be at the levels of $4.237. And here I find that the natural gas futures even could test the levels of $4.4 after the completion of this consolidation what we have seen during the last few weeks. Here you can see that how the natural gas futures find a breakout above the levels of the 3.4 after sustaining above the psychological resistance at $3, where the natural gas futures found a breakout during the month of May 2021, when we found first move above the levels of $3.021, and since then we have seen this sharp uptrend in natural gas futures. But here you can see that in the weekly time frame we have been facing stiff resistance at the levels of $3.828, where we have seen this resistance during the year 2018, when we found this resistance during the month of November 2018. As you know that I've already explained that why the natural gas futures could remain very bullish during the year 2021, because here I find that the natural gas futures have been simply repeating the moves what we have seen during the year 2018. Here you can see that how the natural gas futures started an uptrend during the month of October 2018 from the levels of the 3.113, and the same bullish formation we have seen here during the month of June 2021. We have seen this steep upward move in natural gas futures, and the same resistance has been felt here at this level. So friends, here I find that a breakout above this important resistance could push the natural gas futures to test new highs during the upcoming week. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures find a sustained move above the levels of $3.828, we'll see this uptrend to continue up to the levels of $4.4, because here you can see that in a weekly time frame we have seen the formation of a bullish crossover during the month of May 2021. Since then, we have seen this bullish trend in natural gas futures. So friends, now let us check this move in a daily time frame. So here in a daily time frame here, you can see that how the natural gas futures have been showing back and forth action. But here you can see that still the natural gas futures have been sustaining above the levels of $3.588 and finally closed the week at the levels of $3.674 after testing a high at the levels of $3.688. So friends, here I find that still the natural gas futures have been in a positive territory. So friends, here I find that the immediate support for natural gas futures is at the levels of $3.661 and the next support will be at the levels of $3.627, and here I find that still the natural gas futures have been well sustaining above the 9 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of $3.670, which ensures a breakout move in natural gas futures. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures start the upcoming week with a gap up opening above the levels of $3.718, we'll see one more attempt to breach the immediate resistance at $3.828, whereas I find that if the futures start the upcoming week below the levels of $3.646, this could increase bearishness in natural gas futures, where the immediate support for natural gas futures will be at the levels of $3.581 and the next support will be at the levels of $3.480, where the 26 days moving average will provide a strong support to natural gas futures. And here I find that the major support level is between this supporting zone from the levels of $3.337 to $3.442. So this zone seems to be a buying zone for natural gas futures. If the natural gas futures take a sharp downward move, I would prefer to go long above the levels of $3.440, because here I find that every downward move in natural gas futures could provide a strong buying opportunity above the levels of $3.432. We'll see this volatility to continue in natural gas futures, where a breakout above this level could finally decide the direction for natural gas futures. So here in a daily time frame here, you can see that how the natural gas futures have been holding inside a bullish flag, where a breakout above the levels of $3.718 could break the next resistance at $3.828, where a sustainable move above this immediate resistance could push the natural gas futures to test new highs above the levels of $4.4 during the upcoming week. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.